How would you see the potential, though, when you're blindfolded? Sorry, guys, I was having a little conversation there by myself. So, Nine of Swords, stress, anxiety, worry. It's like waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning and you feel like you're the only person awake in the world and everything feels worse, right? That's what the Nine of Swords says. It says things are not as bad as they seem, which is little consolation at 3 a.m. in the morning when you can't sleep. And this is that kind of energy of, you know, the more we keep going over it and over it, it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's not the truth. The swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our ideas, right? And how we communicate them. And yet, that's your underlying energy that you're stressed out. There's a new truth coming out of this. If you don't like the information that you have, you're worried about what's going on, what someone else is saying, doing, whatever it is, then what's your truth? What's your sort of truth? What do you want to be true here? How can you go forward? What can you speak? What can you say? What is your new perspective on this situation? Because it keeps us trapped, especially with this coming up next to it. The Eight of Swords. I mean, we try to nip it in the bud with this, but for you, it's already gone past that. So this is where I can't do anything. There's nothing I can do. You know, I'm too fat. I'm too old. I'm too skinny. I'm too whatever it is. Whatever that little saboteur in your head kind of starts telling you. And it's all internal. You're not saying any of this. It's a general reading. Remember, that could be going both ways. If someone else is behaving a little strange, this is going on in their head. But, you know, this is that kind of energy of just stressed out, anxious, not seeing a path out of this, not seeing whatever is going on here. Why? There's a truth that needs to be spoken. There's a new cycle beginning anyway. When the Ace of Swords comes up, it's a new cycle, but it has to begin through the truth. It can't begin through this. It's okay, Scorpio, to have to say to someone, look, I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure about what's going on here. You know, you can say it like that. You don't have to tell someone I'm terrified or stressed out by it. You can just say, look, I'm not sure. What's the truth? Let's get more information. Let's have a conversation about it. Let's figure things out. If you can. It's not always possible to get the information that you want. But at least if you can try, right, with the Ace of Swords there. If that's a victory card. Victory through clarity and the truth. But the truth has to be spoken. It has to be understood. It has to be exchanged. And the Eight of Swords is saying that, oh, I don't know. This is doing the worst case scenario thing. Worst case scenario. What's the worst possible thing that can happen here? The sun's coming up here and it's saying, there's more to this. This is about seeing the potential in a situation. It might be that either you or the person that you're dealing with, all they're looking at is what could go wrong. What could go wrong. I can't even speak. What could go wrong, right? That's what the focus is on right now. And why is that? Because of this, because of love. Whether it's a person, whether it's a job, whatever it is that you're going for, that you're moving towards. The lovers, well, it's called the lovers for a reason, right? It's not called the thinkers, as I always love to say. Because as much as people say it's a head or heart decision, it isn't. Because your heart's decided. Your heart's not trying to figure anything out. Your heart's like, yeah, I know what I want. Is the head going to get on board or not? Well, have a look here. There's your answer. The heart's like, tra-la-la, love. I know what I love. I want this relationship, thing, job, whatever. This is what I want. Let's do this. No, we're not doing this. This could happen. That could happen. I can't do that. And it might be for good reason. There's no judgment here. We all bloody do this. It's just, you guys are pretty intense. And when you guys do it, yeah, it gets big. But there's a truth there and you know it. Grab one of these. Grab them. There's that one hanging there. That's the truth. The rest of this is bullshit. You know what your truth is. Speak your truth. I say this all the time, there's no objective truths. You don't know how many times people get readings with me and say, will this happen? Will that happen? You know, is it, and it's like, based on what? Or what's the best thing for this? Or what do I pick out of this? And it's like, nothing just happens. What do you want to happen in the situation? What is your truth in this situation? What action are you taking to get what you want? Nothing right now. And that's where that High Priestess came up. That makes sense now, that High Priestess that came up. And I hope that was in your reading. Everything's starting to blur together now. But yeah, we have the sun here. That's the potential for great happiness, but you have to see it. And also, I always remind everyone, you are the sun in the solar system of your life. Whatever you focus on, you will give life to it. What are you focusing on right now? The fears and doubts, right? There is great potential here. Beautiful energy. But it's about seeing everything clearly. And when the sun comes out, think about on a grey, kind of cloudy day, and the sun comes out, everything brightens up. But how do we see things clearly? How do we lay all our cards on the table, as it were? No pun intended. We speak the truth. We figure out what's going on. We ask the questions. There has to be communication here. Because with the Lovers coming up here, your heart's already decided what it wants. In the present, with the 10 of coins, the 10 of pentacles. There's commitment here, guys. What is it? What's going on? I don't understand. Because if I removed this and just had that, like, so we'll leave these on the side here. I'd say, wow, Scorpio, new truth. You're stepping into a new truth, a different perspective on things. Your different perspective is allowing you to see the potential here, the potential for great happiness, to create something new, to bring about something new. And it's based on something that you love. And guess what? If you kind of grow it, and I think about it, I always think of the sun as when it's growing on plants and stuff. If you grow something in the shade, it's not going to grow as big as if it's out in the open, in the sun, right? With all the light coming in. Obviously, it depends on the plants, but I'm not much of a gardener. And then it says, then I would say, oh my God, it's leading to commitment. Except we don't have those two there. They should be there, but they're being masked by these two. The fears and the doubts. Now, no one wakes up. Let's be clear. No one wakes up and just decides, I want to be all stressed out. I want to overthink this. Ooh, you know, a bit of insomnia, a bit of sleeplessness looks good to me today. No one does that. So there's a reason for this. There's a reason for this. But the two cards that came out to clarify it, are both about clarity, seeing things clearly. And 9 times out of 10, that's through having a conversation. Or talking things out, or figuring things out. That's the solution for both the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. Get those thoughts out of your head. Get them out there. Talk to a friend, a therapist, a spiritual advisor, someone. Because this is connected to something that you love. Now, it might be to do with a past love, that maybe you were in love with something, someone, or whatever in the past. And that, whatever happened with that, because that could have been 10 years ago, and it's affecting you now still. It doesn't mean that what's going on now is related to that. What's going on now is it says if you commit to it, you can build something that could have the potential to stand the test of time. But if we go with the angle of starting something new, Ace of Swords, not this, nothing happens with this, except you get stressed out and don't sleep. And the more tired you get, the harder it is to make a decision. Do you see what? The first solution to this has to be peace of mind, whatever it takes to get that peace of mind. Whether it's to say something. I mean, if I get really annoyed and frustrated, once I've said it, I'm good. I'm good. As long as I've purged it. But with a 10 here, it might be something that you committed to in the past. You don't want to do that now. Or you're looking to commit to something. Or is the other person going to commit to me? There's those kinds of thoughts coming up. But it's around love and commitment. And those don't have to just be for romance. So apply them to whatever it is. This looks beautiful, right? What the hell's this? Only you guys, man, I swear. So right now it's asking you commit. You decide. Is this what you want to build? What are you looking to build? What does your happily ever after look like here with the 10 of coins, 10 of pentacles there? And then once you decide that, once you commit and think, okay, this is what I'm doing. Where does it lead? It leads to 3 of wands. It's that whole kind of, if you build it, it will come kind of energy. This is about your expectations. This is about whatever you put into this, you will get out. But you must put it in. You can't run the whole scenario through your head. Committing to it. Coins or pentacles are always physical things. Things that we can see, feel, and touch. What we're trying to literally build. The things that we do, the things that we own, whatever it is, right? Can lead to long-term stability and security. But that's about you. Are you in this? Would you be willing to build this? Don't worry about what's happening with anything else. Are you in? What's your truth in this? And then once you do that, the 3 of wands is you'll get back what you expect. Now, what are you expecting? Are you expecting seeing the potential for great happiness? Or are you thinking, I can't, I'm going to be trapped? Either way, it's the truth. If you expect it, it will happen. So what are you expecting? Not what you're hoping for. What are you expecting? The Three of Wands, think about it. You know, it's about the action that we've already taken. So the Ace of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Ace of Wands is our inspiration, the passion that we have, the idea that how we begin it. The Two of Wands is the direction that we take it in. So we've done all of that. And then it's like, okay, well, I've done all of that. So what's going to come back to me now? It's going to be waiting for some news, waiting for whatever it is that you're waiting for to come back. But this is also involves having a plan of action ready to go. When that happens, then I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But it's the key thing of the Three of Wands, there's no wait and see energy here. And especially when it comes up in the future, it's telling you, you'll get back what you expect if you put in the action, if you put in the energy, because wands are all about the energy we put out into the world. So what's the advice here? The advice is the star. It's the hope that comes from a new beginning. Now, whenever new beginnings come in, right? Some people are going to dread them. And I think I had this conversation with Taurus. Fixed signs are like that. We don't really like change. And there's not a lot of fixed energy around at the moment. So, you know, there's this kind of sense of, well, I don't know. You know, things are changing. And this is not what I'm used to. Do I want to go try something new? The star says, you know, out of that new beginning, see hope. It's hope that comes out of this. Remember how wonderful it feels to love. Because when we do the Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, it's remembering how bad things can go. But that shows lack of faith in yourself. Because if whatever you've dealt with in the past, you'll deal with it again, right? If you love it, whenever we love something, I would say the lovers, it's an illusion of a choice because our heart's already picked. And as soon as we love something, it becomes ours. Now, in our hearts, it becomes ours because we're attached to it. Our emotions are flowing towards it. But most of the world doesn't see that. They're like, if I can't own this, grab it, put a label on it, call it my boyfriend, my girlfriend, you know, then it's not mine. Or if that car, I could love that car, but unless I own the car, it's not mine. But the fact that you feel something for it in the first place, that speaks volumes, and allow that to direct you in this new beginning that you're going towards. I just get a load of like this worst case scenario thinking coming up. Well, that's the worst that could happen. You know, this is going to happen and that could happen. Otherwise, you saw it. That's why I'm glad I pulled those extra two. Really beautiful cards coming in. But get the information that you need. Get the clarity that you need to do this. And if all else fails, because there's never any guarantees in life, decide if you can commit to it.